Shalom, family. So let's talk. Um, my last video, um, I was talking about the other two videos I did the other yesterday. I was all over the place, all of my emotions, allowing my emotions to, be in control or whatever. And so my last video was pretty much just saying, we can't allow our emotions to be how we live our life. Emotions, the Most High gave us the emotions, absolutely. And yes, we're supposed to use them, but not over His word. Your emotions, um, I don't really know. I mean, okay, He gave us the emotions, and I'm not going to really say why or how or whatever, but just like it says in the commandment, nothing is supposed to be before Yah. We never put anything before Yah, and our feelings are not supposed to be before Him either. Um, so one thing I wanted to say, because it is an issue that I'm having. We want our children. We don't want anything to happen to our children. We don't. We want our children to survive. We want our children to thrive. We want our children to be happy. All of that, right? Um, but there's nothing we can do if they're not willing to follow the will of the Most High. So I wanted to say that my children were not raised in the truth, and neither was I. I'm new to the truth still. It's been about 3, 4 years, and all praises. But my children was not. They were not raised in the truth. After my granddaughter, well, even before my granddaughter um, was unalived in that car accident, my son was not, you know, that into the Most High or God, because back then I was in the, I was saying God. Um, but so here's the thing: I wasn't raised in truth, and neither were my children. But the Most High is he has his people out here. He has his children out here doing His will, and as long as we're in our work, you will get the truth. That's one thing the Most High is going to make sure. He's going to make sure that before He comes back, that everybody has the choice. That they have the choice, because they gonna know for sure. They're gonna get the truth. They're gonna get it. Everybody's gonna learn who He is. Everybody's gonna see. Everybody's gonna get the truth one way or the other. Now, I think the difference with me was I was looking. I was searching. I didn't. I knew that there was more for me out here, and I was searching. And all praises, He showed me Pastor Kofi on YouTube, and I'm telling you, from day one, I could not stop listening to Pastor Kofi. He is one of the only pastors in my life that I've heard that I could listen to for hours, and I do, because he's on just about every day. He does take days off where he's relaxing, because trust me, he deserves that. Or not even just relaxing, because I don't think they ever relax, him or his wife. Elder Alma, I don't think they relax at all. I don't know how they do what they do. I really don't. Um, but I know that the Most High has called them to do this. So they get it done. Um, they teach the truth one way or the other. And the Most High is going to make sure that everyone has that opportunity to learn what the truth is. It's going to come your way. Now, if you want to listen to it, that's up to you. So it's a decision. We all got them choices that we can make, right? So after I made my video after our live session is rising, and I was saying that, this rising when I was praying before even hearing the live session, the Most High told me, trust. That was the first word I said. And as I'm praying, I'm like, but I do trust you. He said, completely. And I was like, and in my head, I'm thinking, but I am trusting you completely. But then I had to stop and think, well, apparently I'm not because that's what he's telling me. Right? That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. I call them downloads. Like I said, I call them not that. I got that download. No, you apparently are not trusting me completely because I wouldn't have to tell you that if that's the case, right? So it's like, okay, all right. So during the last session, my pastor said, he, let me know he was going to reach out to me, and he's aware of what's been going on here. Um, But I reached out to his wife, and like I said, she and a minister, Elder Maya and Minister Anais, they prayed over me and with me. Um, Not just me, but for the family. And Pastor's like he's aware, he knows what's going on. Even though I hadn't, reached out to him, like that. Um, and he was like, he has to be obedient. The Most High told him to let me know something. And I was just like, see, confirmation. You get the confirmation. A lot of people always ask the question, how can I talk to the Most High? How does He talk to me? You have to have a relationship. You read your word. You study your word. You have someone like Pastor Kofi, hashtag FINDKOFI, hashtag find Kofi. You have you're reading your word, you are praying, you are having someone like Pastor Kofi teach you the truth because reading the Bible is not for everyone, okay? And so through all of that, he gonna make sure you get the answers you need. Trust me, he gonna make sure. And the Most High saw how I was at my wit's end, like I'm just at my wit's end. So he let me know one thing and he let Pastor know another. So Pastor came and let me know about it. And it was funny because I was like, that's just confirmation because what Pastor told me today, I was just like, I already felt that, I just didn't know how and, allow my emotions to take over. I just was flipping out. Um, so as I'm talking to my pastor, I'm getting a download. He's like, you need to make this video for these parents, mom, dad, our children, especially when they're adults, if they're not being raised from the womb, the truth, and now you learn the truth. Now, I mean, it's not a bad thing, The Most High knew how this was going to go down, right? So he knew, that everybody's not going to get the truth from the womb, but he going to make sure you get it. Um, and then then it's up to you. You get a choice. And you still get a choice, even if you get it through the womb, being raised that way doesn't mean that that's the choice you're going to make. But still. Um, so we as parents, we want the best for our children. We want the best. We want them to be happy. We want them to be safe. We want them to make good choices and all of the things. But once they become adults, you can't make them. I don't care what they're doing. You can't make them. They have the choice to make their own decisions, and you can't make them. You can get all excited about it. You can get upset about it. It can piss you off. You can get in your feelings. And none of that's going to make them change their mind. None of that. None of it. You can get all worked up for nothing. And they still going to do what they want to do. So, what is your job? Your job is to live the way He's telling you to live. Be an example. Be an example. Show them, okay, I might not have showed you initially how this goes because I didn't know. But I know now, so watch me, right? Now, again, choices. They still don't have to choose what you're doing. They don't have to choose they don't have to choose the truth. They don't. Boy, you want them to. You want them to so bad. You want them to so bad. But they don't have to. And you can't again make them. When you're raising them up in that way, it's easier because it's what they know. It's all they know. They come out that way, right? But once they're adults, they've been living in the world for a while. And they don't have to take what you say. That's why the Most High tells us to raise them up in truth, so that this way, when they become adults living out here in this world, they will not depart from it. That's why it's so important for us to teach our children this. It's so important because once they become adults, oof, it's hard to get it through their head, especially when they don't even know they need to seek Him. I'll tell my daughter, I want you to pray. Don't just pray when things are going bad. You pray all the time, all the time. I know, I am. I know what I'm doing. Okay, all right. Okay. It's like, okay, I got to let it go. I cannot make her choices for her, no matter how much I don't like it, no matter how bad the choices are. It's nothing I can do. My job is to live the way that the Most High has told me to live, be an example. Show her how it's done. Show them how it's done, right? And if they choose not to follow the will of the Most High, it's going to hurt. But you have to trust Yah's will. Because just because they don't get it the way you're trying to show them or whatever doesn't mean that they won't. Doesn't mean that they won't. You know, you keep praying for them. You keep living the life and giving them showing them by being the example. You keep doing that. Keep praying. Don't mean that they won't. They don't get it right now. Then I started thinking about my time. Well, by the time I was in her age bracket, I was searching. But before then, I wouldn't have heard a word. Nope, I wouldn't have heard a word of it. Yeah. As I'm going to the club. Yeah. As I'm drunk out my mind, I wouldn't have heard a word. But I still got the truth, and I chose the Most High, right? So without children, you cannot make them do anything. Yah is the only one that can get them. And my daughter, the Most High is calling her. I see it clear as day, calling her. Now, will she answer the call? I don't know. I pray that she does. Oh, I pray that she does. But if she doesn't, I have to keep going forward. I have to. As hard as this sounds, as hard as it for me to say, you know, she has the opportunity to make her own choice. And right now, she's choosing what she's choosing, and it hurts to watch. Um, but I keep praying that she does find truth. I keep praying that she will come around. I keep praying that she will make the right decision. But even if she doesn't, I definitely have to for me. Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to the judgment, she's not gonna be standing there with me. The Most High is gonna judge me for my works, not hers. Not that I've helped her get there either, or anyone else for that matter. My works and my works alone. So the only thing I have to do is do what he told me in my prayer this rising. Trust completely. That's all you can do. And as a parent, and then you see your grandbabies, ooh, Lord have mercy, I'm telling you, I'll take a person out over them grandbabies. I'm telling you I would. But y'all is telling me I can't do that either. Like that is not how you do it. That means you don't trust his will. Your job is to do what he's called you to do and let him deal with the rest. That's all you can do, and that's all you're supposed to do. I hate that I wasn't learned. I didn't know the truth younger. I hate that. I do. But the people that raised me didn't know it either. They didn't know it either. Um, but all praises to the Most High Yah that I was seeking Him. I wanted to know. I needed to know. So, family, I know it's hard when you see your adult children making the wrong choices and decisions. Continue to be the example. Continue to pray for them. But whatever you need to do to make sure that you stay on the right track, you do that. And I hate to say it this way, but it's truth. If they make the right choice or not, that has nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with you. We take that on seriously, especially as moms. I raised that baby. I held that baby in my womb for 9 months. Yep, we did. And that's what we were supposed to do. But we was also supposed to raise them in truth. But you can't raise them in something that you don't know nothing about, right? So repent of that. You know, you that wasn't something that you could do because you didn't know it. But be the example, pray for them. I'll still tell her truth, here and there. At least I try. She'll be wanting to hear it. But, you know, um, pray and I mean that's all you can do. Just you have to be the example. You have to show them that even though you are my child and I love you and I'm not gonna say anything. I used to say that I'll do anything for you. That's not true. I will not do anything for them. No, I won't. Um, but to, um, I want you to live. At the end of the day, that's what it is. I want you to live, and I want you to live life more abundantly by the truth of the Most High Yah. If you choose to accept it, I am here. I am here. But if you choose not to accept it, I literally have to wipe the dust off my feet and keep moving forward and trust that the Most High has all of my children. Because my son, I concern myself with him as well. I don't get to see or talk to him as much. But ever since my granddaughter was unalived in that car accident, he told me how he felt about the Most High. And it was nothing I could say that There was nothing I could say that he would hear. Um, so again, I pray and keep it moving. Because this is the craziest part. Like, You have to choose Yah over everyone else. If we're not going to be a family and if we're not on the same page, if we are not a nation together, then I have to wipe dust off my feet and keep moving. I have to. Because, like I said, when Judgment Day comes, I'm not going to be judged on you. I'm going to be judged on me and my works, me and mine. What was that? Revelation. What was it? Did I write it in? Revelations 20:11 through 15. We get judged on our own work, not nobody else's. So we can't even allow our children to be the reason why we don't do the right thing. And I know that's hard to hear. I do. But I trust y'all. I've said that and I mean that. I trust y'all. So whatever he say will happen, it will. And if it's meant for her to be, she will be. No matter what she's doing right now. Doesn't matter. No matter what's happening right now. None of that matters not. If she chooses the Most High Yah, then all praises. But if she doesn't, I'm going to be hurt. It's going to be sad. But she's not my responsibility anymore. Unfortunately, I didn't give it to her growing up because I didn't know. I couldn't give her something I didn't know. And so, I trust y'all. And I've always said to the enemy, you can't have my children. I meant that. So now I'm have to rephrase that. I pray that it's in the Most High Yah's will that you don't have my children or grandchildren or any family member of mine for that matter. Yeah. So I pray that this makes sense. I pray that this helps someone. Our job is to raise them. And because you didn't raise them in the truth now and they're adults, I mean, I'm still teachable. I'm an adult, but I'm still teachable. I'm a child and I'm a child of the Most High. So I can be taught. But not everybody wants to be taught. Some people think they too grown to be taught anything. You know, I'm not. I'm teachable. So don't let it affect who you are. Don't let it change who you are. Don't let it stop you from being who Yah has called you to be. Pray for them. Give them little breadcrumbs for themselves here and there. But at the end of the day, we all get the same thing. We get free will. And it's up to you what you choose to do. So I needed to tell someone that. I don't know who this is for. So have a amazing rest of the day. I might make another video later on, not sure. Um, but yeah, we cannot save them in that way. We can guide them, we can show them, we can help them see it. But then after that, it's their choice. Shalom, family.